Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and this is Create Your Own Cozy. On today's video, I am working on creating order down in my basement studio by shopping my stash and making organization beautiful. If you're interested to see how these projects turn out, stick around. I am trying my best to not go shopping and to just work through the stash that I have been collecting over the years. But the cool thing is in this video, I show you guys some items that when I purchased them, however long ago, I had it earmarked in my mind to be in this space, and it is so satisfying to see these items work out and be upcycled well for my own space. Guys, I am excited to have things organized, but also super pretty. So let's go ahead and get started on these projects. So for project number one, I am going to use a table that has very much played musical tables throughout the years in my house. I got it in my old neighborhood. Someone was throwing it away. It is a solid mango table, super heavy. I used it as my husband's desk, as the family kitchen table, as the desk in my room most recently. And when I put it in my room, I painted it was like this dark brown color, and I painted the legs white. And because of some damage on the top, I did sand it down. It's a laminate, but I sanded it down with a 220 grit and just kind of left it in my create room upstairs. And while I used it as a desk, you can see how big it is. It's kind of like a big purse. When you have a big purse, you fill it. When you have a big desk, it was filled with so much stuff that I thought it would make more sense to be my table down in my studio so I could spread out with my projects. But if it's in the basement, use it regularly. So I went over the top with a gel stain that I just happened to have, and then repainted the legs and the sides here with white Swan from DIY. I did 2 coats just because there was some distressing. I did heavily distress it before, and I'm going to choose not to do that this time. I'm not going to distress it at all. Sorry about the lighting in this video. I am learning how to film in the basement. You see that nice little window in the back? It causes some glare, so I will fix that in the next video. I didn't realize it till I was editing. Anyway, so 1 coat of gel stain, and then I'm going to go over it with Big Top and make nice long strokes so there aren't any brush marks. I probably will go back and do another coat of this, but this is going to be one of those tables that I do projects on. I film on. That is the plan, to do a lot of my filming where I use my downward facing tripod. So this is the result. I'm really happy with it. You can see that there's damage on it, but again, I just wanted a nice new surface to be able to film pointing down on and to spread my projects out. For project 2, I'm going to work on some glass containers with wooden tops. I got this pretty cheap from the thrift store because it did not have a knob. As you can see, one used to be on there. And one of the things I did to clean up this basement is to get all my spindles and put it in this one spot. But I was thinking of using parts of this spindle right here. I just took it to my chop saw and chopped it off. I first tried this end, and then when I cut it off, it split, and I said, nope, I'm going to use those for some DIY projects for Christmas trees and pumpkins in the fall and winter. So I just cut off the other end, and originally I made it too small or too big. It looked strange with this top, and then I cut it down the middle, so it turned into 2 little knobs. First, I tried using E6000 Spoiler alert, that didn't work just because the surface didn't have a lot to attach to. I think if this was a flat surface, that totally would have been the way to go. But since both of these things are wood, decided to use a drill and do a pilot hole and then just put a wood screw through the top that it catches the spindle on the other side, and that worked out pretty well. I painted this lid with 2 coats of white Swan, then wet distressed it because I wanted some of the wood to come back through, since my plan is to do a two-tone look with this one. Since there is a fresh cut mark, I did end up using antiquing wax over the cut mark and then distress that back. And you will also see there is a solid, hey Henry, there is a solid wooden lid that I show you as well, where the knob just doesn't look quite right with the wood. So I went over the whole thing with just straight antiquing wax just to make it a nice even color. And I have 2 really cute containers. What do you guys think? As I'll show you later in the video, I ended up taking off the doors of my cabinet and needed some place to put like the little hinges and stuff that I take off of furniture but want to keep in case I need it. So I'm using the traditional pots, IOD transfer. I believe that I figured out that these run about $1 a piece once you take out the cost for the whole book. And I really think it adds a lot to things. So I got this little guy, I think for $2 at the thrift store a while ago. It has this really cool crackle finish to it. There's no stamps or anything on it. So I thought I would just transfer this cute little angel with wings. I've been saving this one for myself because I really liked it. So I'm just going to rub it on and then burnish it. And then this is a cute way to hide some of your little supplies that are not, you don't want to see them through a clear container, but you want them ready. So this is a quick and easy one that you can use to organize your space or to sell in your booth. This is another super simple one. I started collecting these little bottles. This one I think was 59 cents, and wanted to make some cute little tags so I could see the supplies on the inside but make them look like it's not an afterthought. Before using an IOD stamp for the first time, you do need to kind of season it with 220 grit sandpaper just to give something for the ink to stick to. I am using drop cloth, kind of measuring out how, I mean, it can't be a big tag. These are really little containers. So I just use some permanent ink find this cute little knob stamp and poke it, add some twine and some ribbon. I'm going to show you a couple different options, but what a simple way to take something that was 59 cents and make it look like you got it at like a boutique. And it makes it match all the other stuff. So I haven't done a basket makeover in a while, and I did thrift this a while back. It is in perfect condition. Like, look how aged and fun it is. It even has it was $7.09. It has a very hard bottom so it can just sit on the ground. And I'm going to use this in my space, but also use this to try to mimic. So I went thrifting with my friend Jen a while back, and she found this for $7, and I just thought it was the first one. And she's like, I don't know where I'd use it. And when she shops, she doesn't buy anything unless she knows exactly what she's going to do with it. But guys, look, it wasn't $7 for one. It was for 3 of them. So the second she decided not to take it, I said, I know exactly where I want to use it. I want to store, when I do my studio, I want to store like my fabrics and stuff in here, but they look very new. So I'm going to try to age it a little bit to be more like this other perfect one that I'm going to use in here. So first thing I'm going to do, the wicker wasn't exactly porous. There was like a little bit of shine on it. So the first thing I'm going to do is put some of this antiquing wax into water, put it over top of it. I don't like how it's soaking in. Now, I probably could have done 2 or 3 coats, but I was not patient enough. So what I did is did a couple options so I could show you the difference. This one right here, I got it wet and then I put my brush straight into the antiquing wax so it wouldn't just totally sit in there. And then I wiped off the higher edges. This is the original. This is just with the watered down antiquing wax. And then that little one, first I did the watered down antiquing wax, then I put my brush directly into the wax and put it over that. Keep going until you get the finish that you like. Sorry about the lighting, but this is compared to my inspiration piece, and just trust me when I say that I got the look that I wanted, and I'm super excited to use this. As soon as I feel like they're dried out enough is when I'm going to put my fabrics in there and keep them down in my studio. just gonna pop in right here and show you the status on my Hutch. Decided to take the doors off because they weren't working right, quite honestly. And a number of these screws are stripped. So I got some of these off and need to just give myself enough time to get these stripped screws out of here, and then I will go back and patch and paint. I did paint just the top part of the Hutch in Farm Fresh. This is 2 coats and it is dried. It has a very blue tone to it, but you can see with the basket up there that's sealed, it turns more green once it is sealed. So right now that is my plan. I have not sealed the top part of this Hutch because I still am working on decisions. So guys, did you have a favorite from today? I am liking everything together as a collection. I feel like just having pretty organization makes you want to put things away where they belong. And it's kind of fun to be able to grab all these items from a thrift store and style them and upcycle them so it makes it look like they all belong together. So if you guys enjoyed this content, please like this video. Let me know in the comments below what is your favorite. If you guys are creating order in your home, I want to hear about it. I have heard from a lot of you that I have encouraged you to create order so that you can have some space to relax and create. And let me tell you, now that I've been making this space in the basement, I am wondering, why in the world didn't I do this sooner? Listen, you can't look back, you can only look forward, but just hear it from me. I wish I would have done this sooner. So if you have a space that you have been avoiding tackling, do it. You'll be asking yourself why you didn't do it sooner. And guys, when you create order in your life, it allows for space in your brain, it allows for the creativity to kind of see what you've got and get making again. So I hope that you guys are leaving here encouraged. Haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and sharing with any people that you think would like my channel. I am excited about this coming year and having a fun space to be able to do all my creating. So thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.